This is the TM Master Cup Series here for race number 15 of 19 at Spa-Francorchamps, Belgium. The Clutch Pole Award goes to Tony Durbin in the 33 car for being the only car to complete a lap in qualifying in the dry. Michelin brought rain tires for this race, and therefore the race started in the rain. A lot of people were worried about this race since there were not going to be any yellow flags, and it was going to be the TM Master Cup Series' first ever rain race. Tony Durbin, Alexis Rains for the front row coming into the first turn. And first turn shenanigans are the story of the day. A massive, massive pileup in the first turn of the race. Tony Durbin, Alexis Rainsford made contact with Drew Eisenman, and that started a melee down there. One more look at it. It's a little hard to see. Drew Eisenman, the 31, the 27 get together. The 27 goes over to the 33, and then everyone just starts piling into each other in the back of the field. Tony Durbin was furious with Alexis Rainsford, saying she checked him over into the barriers. This is at slow motion, coming into the first turn. Durbin makes the turn in. There's the contact between the 31 and the 27. Alexis Rainsford's car appeared to drift over into the 33, and in goes Tony Durbin into the wall. Leonid Roderick piles into the back of the 27 car. That car gets off the ground. There's even more carnage in the back of the field. Watch, Zelda Ashby in the 55 car. There's trouble. Bruno Battaglia, Ross Peterson, and over goes the 55, barreling in the first turn. Marcus Leonard, Craig Janser, Krikorian, Klezel Rodriguez. Several cars are riding with Ryan Araki in the 32. As into the first turn, he gets into his teammate Damian Snyder. No room to move. Almost an Anthony Evans. Spears Kurt Walker in the 24. Nowhere to go. A little bit of a tight turn for this series. You saw Julian Osova in car number 1 stalled against the wall. Ryan Araki making up some positions. That is James Dalton in front of him. Mike Whitmore, the yellow rookie stripes in the back denoting that car. Watch ahead on Araki. You see 2 cars spinning off the course coming into Eau Rouge. That is Palmer Styles and Damian Snyder. Styles and Snyder both go out on the first lap of the race, adding to the few cars that have already gone out in the first turn. Now this is further up the course. Tony Durbin's day would not continue to go well. Alan Hodges bumps him once, bumps him twice. Tony Durbin, Leonid Roderick, and Alan Hodges all go off the course. Durbin and Roderick, 2 of the sport's biggest stars, go out on the first lap. Hodges continues on. Another controversial incident. Hodges into the 33, the 33, the 4, and the 13 all go off the course. Hodges would be called to the hauler, as well as Alexis Rainsford following the race. 7 cars would go out of the race on the first lap. Alexis Rainsford in car 27 would be the leader of the race after lap 1, pulling out a big lead and clocking in some unnaturally quick laps. The 27 car was handling brilliantly in the rain. This is Bruno Battaglia. I mentioned him just a minute ago. He is making his first ever start in this chaotic, to say the least, race in the Team J-Rod number 70 SAR Tyrant. A brilliant start so far for Battaglia. He hadn't spun off the course. A lot of people were worried about his inexperience in stock cars. Here comes Alexis Rains for the leader. Watch the gap from first to second. That is Esme Rousseau in second. Todd Wodarczyk is in third at the end of the lap 1. Rainsford able to clear most of these turns. Alright, and now in lap 2. Beginning of lap 2, watch Joseph Howard. The 3 times Master Cup Series champion slips, gets clipped by Kurt Pliskin, Tom Delgado, and I think that's John Broughton. Gary Edwards piles into this, but only Howard would bring that car to the pit lane. He would have some kind of problem. Carriala Grand Prix winner earlier this season, Lauren Roth, his race doesn't go too well. Running side by side with Dale Roswell, takes a turn too quick, and off goes Roth. A hard hit into the tires, but Roth, much to the pleasure of the crowd, climbs out of his car okay. That hit looked a lot harder than it was. This is Esme Rousseau, again, running in second place. Several seconds behind Alexis Rainsford. Car number 90 was running brilliantly. Rousseau decided to play it a strategy race and pitted earlier than her teammate. Alexis Rainsford on lap number 4 of 20 in this race brought the car into the pit lane at the conclusion of the 4th lap. Todd Wodarczyk in car 37, who was running in second along with Stephanie McGlynn, and everyone else pitted then. Stuart Sandoval, 2006 GRL champion. He's going to have some problems today. And turn, same turn that's been a lot of people have been spinning off of. Another hard hit into the wall, and Sandoval goes out of it early. More contact on the racetrack. Mike Whitmore and Tom Delgado fight over the same spot, and Whitmore and Delgado both go spinning off the course. Delgado's car appeared to be hydroplaning right into the back of the 73 car, and that took Whitmore out. This is the gap from first to second. There's Alexis Rainsford go by. Pretty long gap. Alexis Rainsford has been pulling away steadily from the field. That is Ryan Naraki, the second place man driving for National Racing. Lewis Kingston coming through. Todd Wodarczyk and Dale Roswell in the 5th position. A brilliant drive so far for the much underrated Ryan Naraki, having a brilliant run, doing everything right so far. Naraki looking for his first championship in only his 2nd season. He is very much a contender for the TM Master Cup Series Drivers' Championship. Kind of a dark horse this season, and Naraki showing everybody that he is championship material. Johnny Ada in car number 04, the Daytona winner, surprised people by running in 6th. Alexis Rainsford surprised a lot of people by pulling away from everybody else. Ryan Naraki, after a while, would be pulling the same lap time. Stephanie McGlynn has a record of running in the top 10, spinning out of the race. This week would be no different. McGlynn running in 7th, crashes out of the race, bringing her DNF total into the double digits. Drew Eisenman and Alan Hodges get together in the middle of the race. Hodges gets a wild ride off the course, and Eisenman does likewise. Hodges was not irate after this incident, but it took both the 13 and the 31 cars out of the race. Manny Brown would be very irate with this collision with Bruno Battaglia in the 70. Battaglia punts Brown off the course. He himself goes off, and Battaglia and Brown would both be done for the day. Here's another look at it. Manny Brown, the Waste Management SAR. Bruno Battaglia, very much the same kind of incident with Mike Whitmore and Tom Delgado. However, Brown was much more irate about this incident. In the meantime, Alexis Rainsford, car number 27, continued pulling away from the field, looking stunning in the wet conditions. I know I've said it enough, but it needs to be said again. This is the best driving I've ever seen from Rainsford. Towards the end of the race, her only rival would be Dale Roswell. It would be a strategy race between the 27 and the 19 cars. Roswell thought he could do one less stop than Alexis Rainsford. A lot of people surprised at Dale Roswell, 61 years old, but still an incredible ability to learn how to drive in dangerous conditions such as this. Todd Wodarczyk also deserves a mention. He's running in 3rd place. Dale Roswell would try to play the strategy game against the 27 car, hoping that his tires could last longer. With 3 laps to go, Alexis Rainsford pits the number 27 car, and then Dale Roswell pits on the same lap. Roswell hoping to preserve a good run rather than be reckless and go for the win. This means that Alexis Rainsford only has to make this last chicane in order to take the victory. Kurt Pliskin, last car in the lead lap. And Alexis Rainsford, in one of the greatest TM Master Cup Series drives of all time, in my opinion, takes the win at Spa-Francorchamps, her 2nd career victory, and then showed the Belgian crowd her unique style of burnout. A absolutely brilliant drive in the wet by Alexis Rainsford, picking up 93 points, leading 18 of the 20 laps in this race. And in just an overall brilliant drive. Dale Roswell 2nd, Dan Klezel in 3rd, both those cars over 20 seconds back from the leader. Johnny Ada in 4th. An excellent run for Johnny Ada. He came from 42nd, dead last on the grid, into the top 5. A great drive for Ada. Todd Wodarczyk in 5th. Sam Morrell 6th. Kurt Walker in 7th. This is some of the magic we expected from Walker. This is the same kind of driving that earned him 2 Arla championships, and I'm sure he's got a great future here in the Master Cup Series. Franz Redlich, a surprising drive from the German, in 8th. Paul Lyons in 9th, and then Lewis Kingston rounds out the top 10. Kingston was a minute 36 behind Alexis Rainsford when he crossed the line. But 1 lap around Spa is about 2.5 minutes. Here are the top 10 in the point standings. Alexis Rainsford jumps up into the lead, 15 points over Leonid Roderick and 16 over Lewis Kingston. However, she was called to the hauler for that little scuffle in the first lap, in the first turn. So I'm not sure if she will keep that lead. Johnny Ada is in 4th, Ryan Naraki in 5th. Tony Durbin has slipped to 6th after getting wrecked twice in 1 lap. Alan Hodges in 7th, Mike Whitmore 8th. Whitmore at the beginning of the season called himself the worst road course driver he knows of. However, the results seem to say otherwise. Ross Peterson in 9th for the Chapman team. Excellent work by him. Palmer Stiles in 10th in the standings. In 11th, going to 11 through 20 now, is Todd Wodarczyk. Gary Edwards in 12th, probably one of the biggest underdogs this year. Excellent season so far for Edwards. Roswell jumps up to 13th. It's been 19 years since Dale Roswell won the TM Master Cup Series Drivers' Championship. Can he do it again? Julian Asova in 14th. Kurt Walker, the two-time Orla champion, proving his worth in the Master Cup Series after a couple good weeks. This is another one of them, 15th. Damian Snyder in 16th. Anthony Evans, 17th. Lauren Roth, 18th. Sam Morrell, an owner-driver in 19th. And another owner-driver, Joel Rodriguez, who has been rumored time and again to be driving for Morrell next year. A chaotic race in Spa brings out some of the best driving in the Master Cup Series from everyone who finished in the top 10 in the race, and has certainly shaken up the point standings and made this a far more interesting season than it already is. That's all for this week in the TM Master Cup Series. I'll see you next time.